Mega Pokemon are very useful in Pokemon Go, whether that's as raid attackers or because of all of the bonuses they grant. But which of them are the best? Well, in this video, we will be going through the best Mega Pokemon of each type so you know exactly what to invest your resources in. Firstly, just before we get into it, there are some things you need to know about Mega Pokemon. To Mega Evolve a Pokemon, you need a certain amount of Mega Energy, and it primarily drops from Mega Raids when you complete them. It's sometimes a reward from field research, timed research, and collection challenges, and Beedrill Mega Energy specifically can drop rarely when you spin gyms. This is how you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon of a particular species for the first time. And once you have Mega Evolved a Pokemon for the first time, you can then walk any of that species as your buddy to get more Mega Energy. This includes walking pre-evolved forms and even Pokemon of that species that you haven't even caught yet that you may catch in the future. But do note that to receive this Mega Energy from walking, you do need to reach the distance threshold of that Pokemon to receive a candy from walking, because it is rewarded at the same time as the candy. And you do build up 5 Mega Energy per 1 kilometer walked, so you can only Mega Evolve one Pokemon at a time, and as Mega Evolution is a temporary evolution, once Mega Evolved, your Pokemon will only stay that way for 8 hours, and then they will return back to their normal form. After that, the Mega Evolution for that specific Pokemon will have a cooldown period, which you can wait for to allow you to Mega Evolve for free again, or you can use a smaller number of Mega Energy to bypass the cooldown and Mega Evolve that Pokemon again before it comes off cooldown. It is also worth noting that the Mega Evolution cooldown is for a specific Pokemon of that species, it's not for the species as a whole. So for example, if you have multiple Charizard, they don't share a cooldown period, so you could alternate Mega Evolving them. But why should we Mega Evolve these Pokemon? Well, each time you Mega Evolve the Pokemon, it does help to progress that Pokemon's Mega level, and the higher the Mega level, the better the bonuses that the Mega Pokemon gives us when it's Mega Evolved. These bonuses include reduced cost for Mega Evolution, additional Candy, Candy XL, and XP for catching Pokemon that shares a type with the Mega Pokemon, amongst other bonuses. And in terms of stats, a Mega Evolution does add 100 stat points to the main series base stat total. This is spread across attack, special attack, defense, special defense, and speed. The Pokemon Go stats, attack, defense, and HP are derived from their counterparts in the main series games. And this Mega Evolution stat increase does lead to most types having Mega Pokemon as their top raid attackers, so they are very valuable in this respect. But with that said, which Mega Pokemon are the best to power up? So to rank these Pokemon, I will be using ER, or equivalent rating of the Pokemon, which takes into account its DPS or its damage per second, and its TDO or total damage output, which is the amount of damage it can do before it faints. ER does combine these two stats in a way that gives DPS more weight because it is a battle against the timer, but it does also take into account the bulk of a Pokemon through the TDO, because if a Pokemon is a complete glass cannon, it won't be able to stay alive long enough to use its high damage. And I'll link a more in-depth explanation of ER in the description if you're interested. So starting alphabetically with the bug type, of the 4 bug type Megas we have, in 4th place is Mega Beedrill with Bug Bite and X Scissor. In 3rd place is Mega Sizzle with Fury Cutter and X Scissor. In 2nd place is Mega Pinsir with Fury Cutter and X Scissor, and at the top is Mega Heracross with Struggle Bug and Mega Horn. This Pokemon does also double up as the 2nd best fighting type Mega with counter and close combat, but more on the fighting type later. And do note that whilst not a bug type, Primal Kyogre mimics rainy weather, so it will boost candy and damage for the bug type Pokemon. Next we have the dark type, which has quite a few more options than the bug type, including some Pokemon that aren't dark type but have strong dark type movesets. So I will go through the top 5 because you aren't really going to want to power up Pokemon that are lower than that. In 5th place is Mega Gyarados with Bite and Crunch. Next we have Mega Houndoom with Snarl and Foul Play, followed by a non-dark type Mega that is strong enough without Stab to be 3rd place, and that is Mega Salamence with Bite and Brutal Swing. 2nd place is Mega Absol with Snarl and Brutal Swing, and at the top we do have Mega Tyranitar, which is quite far ahead of the rest with its best moveset Bite and Brutal Swing. And much like the dark type, there are quite a few options for the dragon type Megas, but there is only one clear winner. In 5th place we have Mega Latias with Dragon Breath and Outrage, then we have its counterpart Mega Latios with Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw, followed by Mega Salamence in 3rd place with Dragon Tail and Draco Meteor. We then have Mega Garchomp in 2nd place with Dragon Tail and Breaking Swipe, and in 1st place we have none other than Mega Rayquaza with Dragon Tail and Breaking Swipe. Do note that to have Breaking Swipe, you would have to have a 2nd move unlocked on Mega Rayquaza because it does need the flying type move Dragon Ascent to Mega Evolve. And Mega Rayquaza is special because not only does it provide boosts in candy and damage for its dragon and flying types, it can also boost psychic type Pokemon because being part of the weather trio, it mimics the windy weather boost. Another option to consider is Mega Sceptile. It is a dragon type, but it doesn't have access to a double dragon moveset. Its best moveset would be Fury Cutter and Breaking Swipe. Its ER value value does fit in somewhere between Mega Salamence and Mega Latios, but it won't deal quite as much Dragon type damage without having the Dragon type fast attack. We then have the Electric type Mega Pokemon, and in contrast to Dragon, there are really only two choices here for Electric type Megas that have a double Electric type moveset. In second place we have Mega Ampharos with Volt Switch and Zap Cannon, and in first place is Mega Manectric with Thunderfang and Wild Charge. As I mentioned before, Primal Kyogre does mimic rainy weather, so it will boost candy and damage for Electric type Pokemon as well as Bug and Water. And it does have access to an Electric type charged attack, Thunder, but it doesn't have access to an Electric type fast attack. However, with this moveset, even without Stab, its ER is actually higher than the two Electric type Megas. Likewise, the Fairy type Pokemon don't have a lot of options either. In second place we have Mega Mawile with Fairy Wind and Play Rough, and the very clear winner is Mega Gardevoir at the top spot with Charm and Dazzling Gleam. I do also want to note that Mega Diancie is a Fairy type as well, but it doesn't have access to a Fairy type fast attack currently, but it may do in the future. So it's a bit tough to compare this one with the other two, but it's got a decent ER with moveset Rock Throw and Moonblast, so it is going to be more effective than Mega Mawile. It does also double up as one of the best Rock type Megas as well, so that's something to bear in mind. In contrast to the Fairy and Electric types, we then have the Fighting type, which has a lot of options, and again it does have a very clear winner at the top. In fifth place we have Mega Gallade with Low Kick and Close Combat. In fourth place we have Mega Alakazam, which isn't a Fighting type, so it won't be boosting Fighting type Pokemon, but it does have the Fighting type moveset of Counter and Focus Blast, which it is pretty strong with. In third place we have Mega Blaziken with Counter and Focus Blast, and in second place we have Mega Heracross, like I mentioned before, with Counter and Close Combat. At the top though, by quite a lot, is Mega Lucario with Force Palm and Aura Sphere. Now for the Fire type we do have 6 options. At the bottom we have Mega Camerupt with Incinerate and Overheat, then we have Mega Salamence with its Fire type moveset Fire Fang and Fire Blast. Do note this one isn't a Fire type though, it's Dragon and Flying, so it won't be boosting candy or damage for the Fire type. Mega Houndoom is in 4th place with Fire Fang and Flamethrower, and in 3rd place we have Mega Charizard X with Fire Spin and Blast Burn. Now the top 2 spots for the Fire type are very close, so they can be pretty interchangeable, but this list has Mega Blaziken in 2nd place with Fire Spin and Blast Burn, and Mega Charizard Y sits at the top spot with the same moveset, only 0.23 points ahead, but do note that some lists that run calculations in a slightly different way may have Mega Blaziken at the top spot. I do also want to mention here Primal Groudon, which is a ground and fire type, and whilst it doesn't have access to a fire type fast attack, it is pretty strong with Dragon Tail and Fire Blast, but it is hard to compare with the others that have double fire type moves, but its ER value does put it somewhere in between Mega Charizard X and the 2 at the top, so it could be an option to use if you don't have access to these. For the flying type, it's definitely not a close competition. So we do have 5 options. Mega Charizard X is in 5th place despite it not being a flying type, with its moveset Air Slash and Air Cutter. Following this we have Mega Altaria with Peck and Sky Attack. Again, Mega Altaria doesn't have a flying typing. In 3rd place we have Mega Charizard Y with Air Slash and Air Cutter. This one does have a flying typing. We then have Mega Pidgeot with Gust and Brave Bird, and in the top spot by far is Mega Rayquaza with Air Slash and Dragon Ascent. So this is a very worthwhile Pokemon to invest in, with it being the best flying type Mega and the best Dragon type Mega. It is also worth noting that whilst it doesn't have access to a flying type fast attack, Mega Salamence is a flying type Mega, and it is a pretty strong one with Dragon Tail and Fly as its moveset. In terms of ER, it does sit somewhere in between Mega Pidgeot and Mega Rayquaza. And with the Ghost type, we do only really have 3 options, and 2 are a lot better than the other, which is Mega Sableye in 3rd place with Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak. In 2nd place we have Mega Banette with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, and at the top spot we do have Mega Gengar with Lick and Shadow Ball. Do note that whilst Mega Gengar is quite a bit better than Mega Banette, it does have a poison typing, meaning it does take super effective damage from the Psychic type, which it itself does also deal super effective damage too. So in this case, Mega Banette can be more useful because it is a pure Ghost type that won't take super effective damage from Psychic. Much like the Ghost type, we do have 3 options for best Grass type Mega. In 3rd place is Mega Abomasnow with Leafage and Energy Ball. In 2nd place is Mega Venusaur with Vine Whip and Frenzy Plant, and at the top spot is Mega Sceptile with Bullet Seed and Frenzy Plant. Again though, I do also want to note Primal Groudon, which mimics sunny weather, so one of the types that it boosts damage and candy for is the Grass type, and whilst not being a Grass type itself, it does have a Grass type attack, Solar Beam, that when paired with Dragon Tail gives it a decent ER score somewhere between Mega Venusaur and Mega Sceptile. Moving on to the ground type Megas, we do have 4 options, but one of them isn't a ground type, but it has a ground type moveset, which is Mega Kangaskhan with Mudslap and Earthquake. This is 4th place. In 3rd we have Mega Swampert with Mudshot and Earthquake. In 2nd place is Mega Garchomp with Mudshot and Earthquake, and again this is a very valuable Mega because it is the 2nd best Dragon type Mega Mega as well. And at the top spot is the very strong Primal Groudon with best moveset, Mudshot and Precipice Blades. Being a fire and ground type, it can actually be the best counter for a lot of fire types, whilst simultaneously boosting Candy and Candy XL gains from fire types that you catch from raids. Now for the best ice type Megas, we only have two options which are actually pretty close. Mega Glalie is second with Frost Breath and Avalanche, and at the top we do have Mega Abomasnow with Powder Snow and Weather Ball Ice. And this Pokemon can be a strong counter for grass type Pokemon in raids, while also boosting Candy gains from them when you catch them from the raid. Now for the normal type, it can't deal super effective damage to any type, so it isn't really much use. And out of the Megas, we only really have two options that have both fast and charged normal attacks. In second place it's Mega Ordino with Pound and Hyper Beam, and in first place is Mega Lopunny with the same moveset. Do note that Mega Kangaskhan is also a normal type Mega, but it doesn't have access to a normal fast attack. Its moveset Mud Slap and Stomp would put it somewhere between the other two in terms of ER. For the poison type, there is actually only one poison type Mega that has double poison type moves, and that is Mega Beedrill with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. But for Pokemon with only one poison type move, of note are Mega Venusaur, which is a little bit lower than Mega Beedrill with Vine Whip and Sludge Bomb, but it can do super effective damage to grass types while also boosting the amount of candy you get from them, so it does have some use there. And we do have Mega Gengar, which is quite a bit higher than Mega Beedrill with Lick and Sludge Bomb, so this is really going to be your number one pick here. Overall, we are looking at Mega Venusaur in third, Mega Beedrill in second, and Mega Gengar in first. For the psychic types, we do have 8 options, but I will just be going through the top 5. In 5th place, we have Mega Metagross with Zen Headbutt and Psychic. In 4th is Mega Gardevoir with Confusion and Psychic. In 3rd place we have Mega Gallade with the same moveset. Runner-up is Mega Latios with Zen Headbutt and Psychic, and in the top spot is Mega Alakazam with Confusion and Psychic. Do note, however, that when we get access to Mega Mewtwo, most likely next year during the Kalos Tour, or Go Fest to celebrate 10 years of Pokemon Go, Mega Mewtwo X will be the second best Psychic type attacker with Psycho Cut and Psystrike, and Mega Mewtwo Y will be in the top spot with the same moveset. Moving on to the Rock type, we do have 4 options. However, the 4th place Pokemon isn't a Rock type Mega, it's actually the Steel type Mega Aggron with its Rock type moveset, Smackdown and Meteor Beam. In 3rd place we have Mega Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. In 2nd place we have the mythical Mega Diancie with Rock Throw and Rock Slide, and just ahead of it in the top spot is Mega Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge. Do note that this Pokemon does also double up as the best Dark type Mega, so a very valuable Pokemon to have. For the Steel type, it does actually have 6 options, so we'll go through all of them. In 6th place is Mega Steelix with Iron Tail and Heavy Slam. In 5th place is Mega Aerodactyl, which isn't a Steel type, it's a Rock and Flying type, but it is in 5th place with its Steel type moveset, Steel Wing and Iron Head. In 4th place is Mega Scizor with Bullet Punch and Iron Head. Next up we have Mega Lucario with Bullet Punch and Flash Cannon. Runner up for the Steel type is Mega Aggron with Iron Tail and Heavy Slam, and at the top of the Steel type Megas by quite a lot is Mega Metagross with the best moveset, Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. And lastly we do have the Water type, and much like the Steel type Megas, we do have 6 options. In 6th place we have Mega Slowbro with Water Gun and Surf. This is followed by Mega Sharpedo with Waterfall and Hydro Pump. Then we have Mega Gyarados with the same moveset. In 3rd place is Mega Blastoise with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. The runner-up spot goes to Mega Swampert with the same moveset. This Pokemon is also one of the best ground type Megas, so it is a strong option, and it can do super effective damage to the ground types whilst also picking up extra candy for them. And taking the number 1 spot is the very powerful Primal Kyogre with best moveset, Waterfall and Origin Pulse. And I do also want to add that whilst each of these types do have their best Megas, the ones that are lower down may still be worth getting access to because of their typing, because Mega evolving them to boost candy whilst catching Pokemon of that type is a very good strategy for getting more candy. And do note that Mega evolving any Pokemon of any type will get you more candy for Pokemon caught from raids. It does however have to share a type to get more Candy XL from Pokemon from raids. For Pokemon caught in other ways though, it does have to share a type for both Candy and Candy XL. And if you did find this video helpful, I recommend checking out this video on the screen next, and I'll catch you in the next one.